Welcome back to Rasta's Realities, where my reality is your reality. Thanks for joining in when you could be any place in the city. Roll with me as I go into the center and enter into our reality. Like, share. So here's the video that was promised to you, my listeners and watchers and my supporters, by the name of Illusion of Inclusion, at the end of another video that I did recently. And I want to thank you all again for supporting me. Now, at the end of this video, there will be a video that breaks down more in depth what it is that I'm speaking about in this particular video. Stay tuned. Watch this video until the end, and you'll understand exactly where I'm coming from, my thought processes, and what must be done for true power of ebony people. With no further ado, let's go. To be liberated is to be free. I believe it was said by Patrick Henry, "Give me liberty or give me death." It is displayed heavily if you have dollars to spend in excess that you are liberated, which is not true. You cannot get liberated by money. A nicer life, but that's about it. The illusion of inclusion. I'm referring to your favorite celebrities, media, and even genders. Massa say I can make money, be on TV, so my shit don't stink. Right. How many Oreos we know, like Oprah, Gail, who worked for the oppressor and used the language and actions of the Klansman? Meaning it went from physical to mental, which is far worse than physical, because now us having a form of Stockholm syndrome keep ourselves in bondage as far as slavery is concerned. It is said in history that the South felt that they didn't care how close you got, as long as you didn't get too big. And up north, they didn't care how big you got, as long as you didn't get too close. And that, ladies and gents, is mental slavery. The very reason that the celebrities, the very reason that some worship and defend the celebrities. The celebrities that they defend and or worship, if you notice, only can get so big or so close. John Brown is one of my favorite heroes. Why the amounts of truth gems that he dropped? He changed a lot in the abolitionist movement, of which ebony folk couldn't even be a part of. Like a brother who taught himself to read. And that is none other than Frederick Douglass. A friend of so many prominent Americans of his day. A co-signatory of the Seneca Falls Declaration. One of the most stirring writers of the second half of the 19th century. Couldn't belong to the movement. The issue is, we talk more about the people put in the oppressor's books more than John Brown. Meaning even currently his name is still radioactive, and we're at 2020 now. Anytime the name of a truth warrior of the abolitionist movement is omitted, and truth is being hidden, and distractions are put into place, or feel good stories or feel good fables are being promoted, pay attention. Here's the reason why the dynamics have shifted. But there's still work to do. Far more work to do. Work, like always, keeping in the forefront of your mind that no matter the appearance of friends from other ethnicities, that you must band together with your own ethnicity in the interests of your people as they are for their people. It seems only ebony folk don't understand the important concept to really getting free from the bondage of the past that plagues us in the present. See, the first step is to know that there's a problem. The problem of not being on ebony code and limiting the outside assistance from oppressive entities. Second step is to gather like-minded people of your ethnicity, forming a net of security against all progress made. Third step is to remove from around you those who do not share the ultimate goal of true power, economic power, and what it means to achieve and hold on to. There are many more steps to this process, but those are the main ones that is currently plaguing us currently and must be conquered to excel to the harder part of what must be done for our people. Black first. Until those few are adhered to and put into practice, no other moves will matter. No marching, no screaming, no voting, etc. will and has not mattered, as our numbers are still tremendous, but are affected by unfair incarceration, death by cop, political figures, ignoring tangibles that every other ethnicity has no problem gaining with little to no effort. No, this is not a conversation about us killing ourselves or killing people that look like us, because as you know, all ethnicities kill their own ethnicities, meaning there's no such thing as black on black crime. We kill who are around us, and mostly who are around us are people who look like us. So miss me with that. Now, what's the first thing that ebony folk hear the most from politicians? Vote. Not get your mind and body right. Not be accountable for yourself and those around you. Just vote and pray and you'll be okay. How's that working out for you so far? Are you not tired of being lied to, bamboozled, misdirected, given roadblocks and deception? Aren't you not tired of that? No God or person has went to work for you. You had to go. No God or person has held you accountable. It was you. Now, I do believe that there is something unseen supernaturally that exists, as I have witnessed with my own eyes and life. That isn't to be debated regarding my personal experiences. As far as a savior, you are your own savior. Not money, not another person, you are. I personally know less fortunate people who are even in these times are back on their feet. How do you think they did that? Who did that for them? It was themselves, as they grew tired of the lives that they led and got up and did something about it. Not a politician, not a savior, not an unseen entity, that person. Everyone want to get saved without works. That isn't how it works. Again, you must save you, and those around you must do the same. After that, We form like Voltron to fight oppressive forces. As promised, here's the video validating all spoken talking points. Take this time to tackle tasks to add to your totality. I am Rasta Akil Bomani for Rasta's Realities. Peace to you.
I prepared a chart. And this is a chart that I think says in another way what he so profoundly provided us today. This chart to me represents beautiful, educated, moneyed black people all over America. It could represent black organizations, it could represent black churches, it could represent black social and civic organizations. And what you will notice about these beautiful black people all over America is that everybody is doing their own thing. Caught up in a Eurocentric value of rugged individualism. Having forgotten that it takes a village to raise a child. There is no power here, brothers and sisters. There is no power here. Power is most effective concentrated. You can take a 55-gallon drum of water, spill it over, it will disperse, find its own level, and eventually evaporate. You can take that same 55-gallon drum of water, put it under pressure, put a lid on it, put a hose in it, put a nozzle on the end of that hose, and it can cut concrete. There is no power with us being disconnected. See, there's nothing wrong with dispersion. I live in Cleveland, you live in Atlanta. We have folk in the Caribbean, we have folk in Africa. That's dispersion. That's okay, but we do not have to be disconnected. We are a disconnected people. We are powerless in disconnection. This is where all the power is. You see? This is where all the power is. Whether you are at the center of your own network or a part of someone else's network, this is where the power is. There's a beautiful African proverb that says, when spiders unite, they can tie up a lion. When we connect, because we are disconnected, we're disconnected from those of like mind. We're disconnected from the best practices in our community. I don't care what it is that you want to do, what profession you want to engage in, what business you want to get into. I can introduce you to brothers and sisters all over America they are doing it to death. You just don't know who they are. You are disconnected from them. There is no power in disconnection. Okay? When we connect, we prevent interlopers from coming into our communities and taking and destroying at will.
All right, George.
Try to open up the Booker T. Washington delicatessen in Chinatown and see what happens. So we must connect. We must connect the dots. That must be the movement for our people in the 21st century. We need a lot of us doing a little instead of a few of us doing a lot. We need to get together to get ahead. That is why we must network.